The bees? Oh. There should be second period. Lightning are going to put it in the zone quickly up the left side. Centering pass just missed off. Going back to the Flyers the other way, and they put it in the zone up the center. They take a shot. It's a right elbow save by Sullivan. Rickla trying to dig things out. Rickla puts it in the zone. All the way around. Murta's going to try to push in, but Peterson from Williston stops the momentum, holding his Cradaville on the opposite side. Cradaville has an opportunity to the net. He takes a shot, pops up right in front of the net, and Peterson covers. Facing it off here is the Lightning in the offensive zone here. Yantes comes up with it. Yantes looking. He's up the left side. Now he backhands it down low to Martin. Martin's down low behind the net. Coming out with it and holding is McLaughlin, but Flyers get it clear coming the other way. They got a 2-on-1 up the right side. Molesky shoulders him. Good save there by Sullivan as he stops it from going in. Here comes Molesky out of the corner all the way up the ice. He takes a shot. It's a right pad save. Martin gets a stick on it, try to hold it in, but here come the Flyers. Again, another breakaway. He's got one man to beat. Right off the post he goes. They still have possession. Here's another stick save by Sullivan. Molesky now finds Yantes in the neutral zone. Yantes with the momentum, keeps carrying it in, waiting for his lineman. Full line change for the Lightning coming. On the inside half wall, Brownsell holds in, right circle shot, he takes it off the stick of Peterson, he saves it. On the near side, Rochelle to Rowell, puts it in the zone. Puck goes right behind the net. Flyers are going to try to dig this one off the half wall. Now it's down in the corner still. Held in by Mells, gets it to Wiechek. Wiechek tries to backhand it on the left circle. Puck goes flying high. On the near side, the Flyers put it in the zone. Going up the left side, now behind the net of Sullivan. Line change coming for the Flyers, and they hold. Here's Brownsell in the neutral zone. He chips it in. Line change coming for the Lightning. Full 5 guys. Flyers bring it up through the neutral zone. They're bringing it up the gut in the zone. They take a shot. This one goes high up into the netting on a play. Face-off, Wesky controls. He bounces it off the wall, but the Flyers hold. Down low behind Sullivan. Flyers skated up to the right circle, defended by Cradaville. Cradaville's still all over him. Down low, he skates it up. Tries to center it. He gets him on the left circle. Here's a shot. It's a right stick stay by Sullivan. They skated up to the right circle now. Takes a shot, left hand side, Sullivan again. Cradaville, far side corner. Flyers still have control of it. They come right in front of Sullivan, go off the post this time. And it goes right past the Flyers. That's interference on Murda, it looked like. 11:29 to go here in the second. Flyers are getting it broke out again quickly. Ricola holding the puck in here in the corner. Off the wall, and they put it in the zone again. Here the Flyers are centering shot, deflected by Wesky. Big hit by Cradaville. Just mows a guy over. This will be icing. Nope, this one's right on net. Got to get this guy who's sneaking out right here in the neutral zone. Molesky pushing in the back ice. He's regrouping things over to Cradaville. Cradaville up to Martin. They put it in the zone. On the near side corner now. Flyers bring it up the zone again, up the right side, 2-on-2 at the right circle. Here's a shot, stick saved by Sullivan. Penalty coming against the Lightning. Sullivan dives over that one and covers. It looks like Marty's going to the sin bin for...
Go Flyers!
Or no, Molesky, interference. 16, Molesky goes to the penalty box. Thought he was pointing at Martin, but so the power play goes on the board for the Flyers here for 2 minutes. Here's a shot, deflected right. As you remember yesterday, we had 2 goals on the 2 shorthanded goals. Here's an opportunity again for Ricola, battling for it, almost catching up to it with 10:08 to go. Lightning in a penalty kill situation here, down a man. Flyers breaking through the zone easily. Now they're up the left side, losing his feet is McLaughlin. Oh, and we got lucky there as they lost control of the puck at the blue line. Now at the right side, here's a shot deflected. Cradaville knocks him over. Now in the deep side corner, they got it. Back up to the blue line. Now to the right circle. He skates in, takes a shot on the weak side. Ricola pops one up into the stands.
Nice pass.
Oh, facing off here with 9:37 to go in the second. 1:11 to go on the power play for the Flyers. Yankees facing it off, controlled by the Flyers at the blue line. They skated over to the point. Takes it over to the right circle now, back to the top of the point. They shove it down low. Stick saved by Sullivan as he pokes the timber out there. Rochelle, he's going to try to chip it out. He gets it up to Yankees. Yankees gets mowed over. That should be a penalty. Although Martin did get a shot off, saved by Peterson on the other end here. Flyers put it in the zone again up the left side this time. Makes a move right around Wesky. Here's a weak side shot. That goes across on the half wall. Back down low now to the right circle. Centering shot between the circles. Right in front of Sullivan. Yantes clears. 20 seconds to go on the PP. Deflected by Martin with the pressure. Martin again with the pressure on the right circle. They're having some troubles. Keep at it, Marty. Here they come to the on a 3-on-2 on the right circle shot. Goes right behind Sullivan. Here comes Molesky off the bench. Wiechek will come off the bench for him. Wiechek right through his legs. He's battling for it, going towards it, and it's icing. 8:19 to go, second period. Still no score. Foul down to the faceoff. McLaughlin trying to get it out of the zone, but the Flyers hold, but they throw it out of play. Outside face-off because where it was thrown out, but here nonetheless, Lightning trying to get it across to get it out of the zone, but the Flyers put it right back in outside. Call Hunter, I believe, for a roughing. Been for after the whistle, probably wouldn't have been a penalty, but it was clearly the whistle was blown and he laid the check on. So another power play for the Flyers coming up with 7:58 to go here in the second period. 40 gets it out of the zone, allowing the Lightning to regroup here. Flyers are going to have to reset. They do through the neutral zone and get in the zone up the left side. They stop, pass it to the center. Intercepted by Wesky. Wesky's going to skate it. Flyers hold in. Here's Cradaville. On the opposite side over to Ricola. Flyers hold it in the neutral zone again, but pressure by Ricola and 40. Ricola makes a check move, gets the puck on the right circle, waiting for somebody to help him out. Makes a move over to Fort in the center of the circle. Just too many black jerseys there. But at least they burned a minute on the power play here. Here come the Flyers, put it in the zone. Batted away by Ricola. Offsides. Ricola was on his way for a breakaway if they wouldn't have called that whistle. And somebody threw it. I'm gonna watch the replay here. Broken stick, and a Flyers player chucked the stick across the ice. That's supposed to be a penalty, and they are going to call it. When a broken stick is on the ice, you cannot throw it across the ice.
Let's go, White!
Definitely was a weapon flying across the air. not Braveheart where we're throwing javelins across the ice. That was dangerous. Yankees back over to Molesky and to McLaughlin. McLaughlin's going to chip it in. 4-on-4 now for a minute. Taking it away is Martin. Martin's got an opportunity here. He's down low, looking for Yankees. He starts it to Kobe. McLaughlin there at the point. He takes a shot. Right in the net! Brady McLaughlin takes an opportunity with only 4-on-4. The open space, and he slices it up back in the net for a 1-0 lead. We got 2 less players on the ice. Definitely room for blue line shots, and McLaughlin took an opportunity there. Sword went right through the air and popped the back of the nylon here. 6:37 to go in the second period. Lightning are up by 1. Still 4-on-4 though. Ford dumps it in the zone. Chasing Ford is Rickla. Rickla puts it to the net. Right pad saved by Peterson. They kick it out of the zone. Cradaville is going to have to chase this one down. He backhands it to Molesky. And offsides on the Flyers. Go, boys. Face off, over to Cradaville, up to 40. Rickla trying to hold things into the neutral zone here. 40 there to help. Pushing up is Cradaville. Cradaville finds Molesky on the opposite side. Got to get it in the zone, but Flyers regroup. Now the Lightning are 5-on-4 for a minute. Offsides as we are full strength for 1 minute of play here in the second. Goes in the zone. Flyers have control of it. They bounce it off the half wall. We'll have to reset here with Vinny. Over to Molesky. Back over to Cradaville again in the back ice. Finds a runner here. Got to get it set up. Here's Rickla. Back over to Ford at the left circle. 40 setting it up here. Back over to Molesky. Now at the top of the point, they find Rickla. Rickla back over to Molesky, left circle. Molesky skates in. Puts a shot on, left pad save, and the Flyers have it. They're going to punch it out of the zone. 20 seconds to go. Saucer pass to the other side. Here's a save by Sullivan. It pops right over him. Rickle's got it now. Intercepted by the Flyers. They have a chance here. Here's a shot. This one's high out of play, right over the netting. Full strength, both sides. After the face-off, controlled by the Flyers in the zone now. Both teams are full strength. Here's Brownsell. He gets it through the neutral zone. Dishes it over to the opposite side. Holding is Rochelle and dumps it in. On the opposite side, Flyers put it through the neutral zone again. Mells is going to have to regroup here in the back ice. Bounces it off the wall to Rochelle. Here's an opportunity for Brownsell. He's got one guy to beat up the right circle. He angles towards the net. Backhands it. Oh, it just goes behind the net. Holding is Rao. Dumps it to the right circle again, but the Flyers stealing it away as Brownsell between the circles. He takes one that goes wide right. On the far side corner, Rao's got it. Gets it to Cradaville. Cradaville takes a shot. Deflected. Another shot by Rao. Goes right back to him. And to the near side corner now. Holding is Rochelle. He puts one behind the net. Rao fighting for it on the half wall, but the Flyers have it. Regroup. Rochelle back to Cradaville. Cradaville looking for Rochelle on this side. And it gets popped over. Cradaville regroups. 3:35 to go. Goes off the window. A little neutral zone battle back and forth here. And offsides. We'll reset it here. 3:20 to go in the second period, still 1-0. Murda puts it in the zone for the Lightning here. Behind the net of Pearson, Murda is battling for it, as well as Rickla here. The puck gets popped way high. Cradaville dishes it over to Wesky. Wesky bounces off the wall to Trinka, and they put it in the zone. Here comes Rickla on the near side. Rickla shoulders the guy, comes out with it. Makes a move behind the net. Taken away by the Flyers. Cradaville back to Wesky. Wesky up to Valensky here, or Rickla. Wesky's going to bounce it in offsides. Facing around center ice, controlled by the Flyers. They'll dump it in the zone. Battle for it on the near side, half ball. Puck gets chipped over on the other side of Sullivan. Chasing for it is McLaughlin on the far side corner. Flyers come out with it, still holding. Comes to the near side now, off the wall again at the blue line. Puck just gets cleared by Fort. Big hit there by Fort. And they're going to call offsides. It must have bounced back and forth on the blue line. Face-off controlled in the neutral zone by the Flyers. They're going to regroup here and bring it up to center. Defended by Valensky. And McLaughlin, but here's a shot, saved by Sullivan, right in front of the net. Yantes chips it out of the way. Valensky's trying to dig it out of the corner there, and so is Martin. Flyers hold. McLaughlin chips it out of the zone, offsides. Nell's chasing for it behind Sullivan. He backhands it over to the near side. Trying to get it out of the zone is Rochelle and Recheck, and they do, but I believe no icing. They're going to call it off. So Brownsell's going to fight for this one. Dishes it back over where Recheck is there. On the far side, half ball. Collected by Rochelle in the neutral zone and Mells. Mells looking for Recheck on the near side. Recheck dishes it back to Hunter. Goes through his legs and taken over by the Flyers. They put it in the zone up the right side between the circles. Now on the far side, Mells push gets. What's going on here? We're gonna call Mells for roughing.
All right, let's go, Black.
Mills took a swing at him. I don't think he did it intentionally, but they're going to probably do a 2 and 10, I'm guessing here, as he took a swing. We have a discussion going on here. I believe they're going to try to make us sit another player.
Let's go!
Let's go, Black!
So Wecheck will serve the 2 minutes for the Lightning. Here's a shot. This one goes off the post. Right off the face-off. Flyers have it now. Centering pass that goes to the opposite side. It gets cleared. Through the neutral zone now. They're going to put it up the zone up the right side. Here's a shot. Save and left glove. Sniped away by Sullivan as he wraps that one up. Faced off to the Flyers. They have it in the zone here. Here's a shot. Left glove saved by Sullivan, and he takes that one away again. Faced off by the Flyers. They hold it in again, but Ricola takes it right away. Bounces it out of the zone. They're in trouble. 15 seconds to go in the period. Here's a penalty coming against Williston. That'll even out the sides on a 4-on-4 as number 12 for Williston gets called for the interference. That's Thor Nelson for the Flyers going to the sin bin. After the face-off, quick shot there by Ford as Peterson swallows that one up. Face-off in between the circles. Molesky, he turns around, takes a slap at it. Left pad save 3 seconds ago. Another shot by Cradaville right behind the net, and that's the end of the period. So we'll start the third period with a 4-on-4. With matching penalties. So we'll keep it here live at the H.A. Thompson Arena for the start of your third period coming up shortly. Yeah, well, that's cool. Wrong button. All right, Blair, we're going dark silent. Sorry about that. I was silent. For about a minute and a half. My apologies. Here's Fort with the shot and saved by Peterson. After the face-off here, the Lightning still have it in the zone. Here's Rickla. He circles around. He's at the top of the point. He dishes over to the right circle, takes a shot. Peterson saves it. Coming in off the bench on the 5-on-4 now is Yantes. As the penalty is over for the Lightning, Nels will stay in the bench, though. We're on the penalty box for either 5 or 10 minutes. I wasn't sure what the exact call was. That's an icing. We'll reset it over here. Sorry about that. We had no sound there for about a minute or so. Got to keep everybody on their toes at home. Rickla will barrel down for the face-off for the Lightning. Cradaville's going to dig it out to Molesky on the far side. In the corner now, Molesky battling for it with his shoulder, putting his weight into it. Coming out to help is Rickla. Rickla digs it out. Gonna have to get it set up here, boys. Here's Molesky. Skates it in the zone, dishes it to Rickla. Rickla takes a shot. It goes high over the crossbar. Yantes is there on the recovery. Rickla down low up to Cradaville at the top. Cradaville back over to Molesky. Molesky takes a shot, saved by Peterson. Right as Williston was getting their skater back on the ice for full strength, we got a shot off. 13:07 left in the period and the game. Lightning still up 1-0. Face-off controlled by Rochelle. He bounces it off the half wall over to Brownsell. Brownsell dishes it back to Wiechek. Wiechek has it in the deep corner, trying to find Rochelle, but it gets intercepted by the Flyers, and they put it in the zone. Here's Rochelle. He's got 2 black jerseys on him. Puck battle. He comes out with it. Back up to Wiechek on the half wall, looking for Brownsell on the opposite side. Brownsell chips it into the zone. On the half wall, collected, put in the zone again. No offsides. Flyers have it in the neutral zone. Rochelle now. Rochelle looking for Brownsell, finds him, puts it in the zone. Just hanging on the blue line there. The Flyers pick it right back up. Flyers in between the zone. Here they have a shot. Left pad save by Sullivan as he denies that one on the near side corner. Here come the Flyers in left circle. Backhanded, it goes high over the crossbar. Wesky on the far side. Flyers still have it. Centering pass. Right elbow saved by Sullivan as he knocks that one down. Pushing it out of the zone is the Lightning. Going to get a line change here, but it's got to be quick. They stumble. Martin picks up, dishes it off to Yantes. Yantes, one guy to beat. Takes a shot. It goes high over the crossbar. Holding as Yantes on the near side. Yantes, left circle shot, right off the shin pad. On the near side. Flyers dig it out. Here they come. 11:20 to go in the period. Flyers with a shot. Left glove saved by Sullivan, and he covers. So 11:15 to go here. Rickla takes the face off for the Lightning. Goes behind the net. The Flyers regain control in the near side corner. He skates it up. Battling for it is Murda. Puck goes high in the air. McLaughlin's going to chase it down behind Sullivan. Goes over to Trinka on the half wall. Big hit by Molesky. Rickla picks it up. Swings it around to Murda on the near side. Murda looking for Trinka. Trinka gets a stick on it, so he gets it in the zone. Comes over to the near side now. Battling for it is Murda in the corner. Here come the Flyers with a 2-on-2 against McLaughlin. They put it in. Molesky will chase this one down in the corner. Molesky trying to shuffle it with his feet. Here come the Flyers. They make a move right behind Sullivan. And it almost, Sullivan loses his stick. Another lost stick. Big battle there by Murda at the right circle. McLaughlin comes up with it. Rickla's got it. Rickla makes a move around. He's got one more guy to beat. He centers it, goes left, right pad save. Murda picks up the rebound. He puts it at the net. Trinka tries, goes right off the post. Trinka almost stuffs one in. Oh my, that could have been a goal of the weekend if Trinka would have put that one in. Goes right off the metal. 9:50 to go. Still a 1-0 tight game. Like the whole stadium wanted that one. Rowell gets down to the face-off, chips it over to Rochelle. Rochelle dishes it down low to the corner. Off the half wall, Cradaville, he holds. That gets deflected. On the far side corner, Weechek battling for it. Now it comes up the half wall. Cradaville will reset things in the back ice here. Cradaville up to Brownsville, tips it to Rowell. Rowell puts it in the zone. Back over to this side, over Rochelle pushes down in. He holds, puts it on, tries to put it on net, but it's deflected. And out of play. We'll have an offensive face-off for the Lightning here down low, 9:15 to go in the third. Both goalies have been phenomenal this morning. Here's a face-off controlled by the Flyers. They're trying to dig it out of the zone, and they do. Here they come. They put it in the zone against Cradaville. They got an angle towards the net on the opposite side. Oh, Rochelle just pushes that one away. Rochelle and Cradaville still battling for it here behind the net. And Flyers, they trip on his own, but he gets right back up, right circle. Right in front of the net. Cradaville comes out with it. Here's an opportunity with Murda. Murda's all alone. Here he comes between the circles. Murda backhands it. Rebounded high up in the air. Saved by Peterson. And the Flyers regain control again. They're coming through the neutral zone just like that against Cradaville. Any fans on it, but it's offsides. Flyers. Lightning are so close to sneaking a 2-goal lead here. With 8:30 to go left in the third. Controlled by the Flyers, they chip it in. Wesky dumps it back out. 40 dumps it off the wall. Right on the near side here, the Flyers are going to chip it in again. Wesky tries to swing it around to Fort, but the Flyers hold. Right between the circles, here's a shot. It's a right pad saved by Sullivan. Another shot, it goes behind him. Holding in is the Flyers up on the right side half wall. Molesky, he swings it around the wall now on the far side. Flyers hold again. Here's another shot, this one goes high over the net. Flyers still have it. Left circle, between the circles, there's a shot, it goes behind the net again. Flyers getting some opportunities here. 40 goes off the wall and all the way down, icing. 7:39 left. After the face-off, big hit by Molesky over by the half wall as the Flyers regain control here. Another big hit by Molesky. Trinka finds Murda. Murda gets his motor running and he chips it into the zone. Line change coming. Flyers put it in the neutral zone. McLaughlin to Rao. Rao chipping it over to Cradaville. Cradaville with an opportunity here. He's going to skate it. He makes a move, goes around a guy, takes a shot right up the gut of Peterson. He saves it. On the half wall, Hunter back over to Wiechek on the far side corner, puck battling it in the corner. Getting it kicked out is the Flyers. They kick it off the wall. McLaughlin, they got the momentum now, and they put it in the zone. Cradaville is there to help out. Cradaville dishes it over to Brownsell. Brownsell over to Rao. Rao's going to put it in the zone. He does up the left side. Rao makes a move underneath the net. Dishes it back over to Brownsell. Brownsell dishes it back to Rao on the opposite side. Now up the half wall. Cradaville's going to hold it, but the Flyers trying to come the other way, but holding it in is Rao, and he chips it in. Beautiful job by that shift by keeping things together. Here comes Ricola. He holds. Ricola makes a move. He's down low. Dishes it back off to Murda. Murda dishes it over to darting Molesky, but here comes a 2-on-1 for the Flyers between the circles. Right circle, backhanded, saved by Sullivan right in front of the net now. We got to get it out of here. And we get it clear. Here comes Ricola. Right in front of us here. It's a battle for the puck. Ricola comes out with it. He puts it in the zone. He goes up the center, takes a shot, and it's off a shin pad. He pushes it down to Murda down the near side corner. Flyers dig it out again. Comes up the half wall. Wesky holds. Holds to the other side to Murda again. Flyers get it clear. Here's an opportunity, one-on-one. They got between the circles. They go around them. Oh, and they just miss on it. Big hit by Molesky right after he missed on it. Here comes Ricola. Ricola puts on the burners. He's got 3 guys to beat. We need more white jerseys. Ricola chips it down in this time to get a break. Rochelle puts one on net. That goes wide left. Cradaville punching in. Between the circles. Flyers get it in the zone again. Rochelle holds in the back ice. Here comes Cradaville. Cradaville skates it up. He puts it in the zone up the left side. Makes an angle towards the net. Just loses the handle on it. Lots of momentum going back and forth. Martin chips it back down in. Here's Cradaville again. Over to Rochelle. Bounces it off the half wall to Cradaville. Puts a stick on it. Gets it clear. Marty battling for it on the near side wall. Flyers come out with it. In between the circles. They skate it over now to the point. Rochelle battling for it on the half wall. Gets cleared. 4 minutes to go in the period. And they chip it down net right on the stick of Sullivan, and we'll cover it for a face-off and a line change. Yeah, one more goal would be nice. Here we go, facing it off is Rao. Taking it away is Brownsell and Wiechek here in the neutral zone. They get it right back into the zone. Molesky takes control. Here's McLaughlin. McLaughlin looking for Brownsell. He stops at midair. Here's Rao between the circles, comes up with it, dishes it over to Wiechek. Wiechek has it, tries to get a shot on it, rips around over to McLaughlin, and McLaughlin holds. And they clear. McLaughlin's going to have to regroup here. Up to Brownsell. Here's Rao. Rao's going to put it in the zone up the left now. Oh, there's a penalty coming against Rao as number 10 for Williston absolutely pulverizes him. I think that's number 10. Yeah, Jack Kingston from the Flyers will go to the box for 2 minutes with 3:21 to go. That's going to hurt their chances here. Game is in our hands right now as we are on the power play for the next 2 minutes with 3:21 to go. They're going to send 2 guys to the bench because that'll be is that a 2 and 10? Must be a 2 and 10. Somebody else is going to serve the penalty for the 2. Molesky holding it here. Dishes it back over to Ricola at the right side. Back over to Molesky at the left circle. Molesky skates in. Diving player over there. Here's Cradaville at the point. Cradaville takes a shot. It goes high over the crossbar, but Molesky's going to regroup it here. Back down to Yantes down low. They're going to try to clear, but Cradaville holds it in. Cradaville is going to fight a guy off. He's at the right circle. Here's Cradaville. Takes a shot. It's a pad save. Rebounded, and they push it out of the zone. We'll have to game misconduct is what it was. Here's Ricola. Ricola puts it into the zone to Fort. Fort's pressing in. Ricola's going to stepping up as Sullivan. Dishes it back over to Ricola. The Flyers have an opportunity here, shorthanded. Here's Fort. Dishes it to Cradaville. Cradaville's going to skate it up the right side on the power play here. On the half wall, Cradaville dishes it back over to Ricola. Ricola with a shot, almost gets on the leg. It's rebounded by 40 on the opposite side after a left pad save. 40 comes and smashes it home. Wow. I didn't see that. Ricola slap shots it. It just gets under the left pad. And 40 slams it home for a 2-goal lead.
Let's go, boys!
What a positive way to hopefully finish out this weekend before we have a treacherous drive home here this afternoon. That'll put us 2 and 2 for the weekend if we can close it out. If we can close it out, which we very well should be able to with 2:09 to go. Up 2-0, but we gotta keep playing strong for another 129 seconds. Makes it sound like a shorter time when you say it that way. I believe it was Williston that called the timeout. Reset here, 2:09 to go. Lightning up 2-0. I'm sure the goalie's going to be pulled for Williston when the opportunity happens. Cradaville controls over to Wesky. Wesky gets it up with the Flyers hold. They put it in the zone up the right side. Here's a shot nabbed away by Sullivan. He snipes it away, keeping the shutout alive here. And they did pull the goalie, so 6 skaters on the ice for Williston. Face-off control by Rochelle. He's going to swoop it around to Murda. On the half wall here. Flyers have it in between the circles. It gets chipped out of the zone. Lightning are still going to put some pressure on here. Chipped into the zone by the Flyers. Up the left circle. Here's a shot. Gets wide right. Murda now. He gets shoved into the boards. Cradaville over to Rochelle and Shinka on the far side. Cradaville trying to dig it out behind Sullivan. Got 3 black jerseys on him. They still have it down low. Now on the far side half wall. Down low again. Right in front of Sullivan, now goes behind Sullivan on the near side corner. They pass it between the circles. Cradaville going for the net. This one's going to try to go in, and it does. Cradaville with the empty netter with an unorthodox shot from the back ice. Cradaville slings it home for sealing the victory with 56 seconds to go. Lightning up 3-0. I think Levi tipped it.
I wasn't going to go unless he went.
So it might have been officially Cradaville to Murda, because Murda did tip it in midair. Yankees, Martin tips it around in the neutral zone, and it gets pushed over to Mel's. Mel's looking, McLaughlin back over to Ford in the neutral zone. Flyers. Here's Martin. Almost a tough collision there, but the Flyers put it back in the zone again. 34 seconds to go. Another stick that's stuck in the boards. They're going to have to, that's a 23 seconds to go. We got a stick that's caught in the boards. That's a dangerous situation. Here's the Flyers. They make a move. They almost get a shot off. 10 seconds to go. On the near side corner now. Ties it up in the corner. That's the victory. Lightning victorious here this morning at H.A. Thompson Arena versus the Williston Flyers. 3-rip and a shutout for Lawson Sullivan here this morning. Not a bad way to celebrate a birthday. Lawson Sullivan's birthday today. We've been celebrating it through the weekend, and he gets a shutout victory here this morning.
Happy birthday, Lawson!
Happy birthday, Sully! Went off the bat. Yeah. You made that call? You made the call?
Yes.
They went off the bat in your shaft.
That's right. He did get the goal. I didn't realize that. He tipped it.
You didn't call it
I
call right?
didn't call right.
He wasn't going to go until he tipped it.
Hey, that's really good. They helped me. The Badger got one in.
Badger got the Badger.